Hello class, today we're going to talk about our notes and how they correlate on the piano and then a few other things. So we've learned about our notes being A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But then when you get to a piano, you can get a bit lost in all those black and white notes. And there's a lot of them. There's actually 88 keys. And there's a bunch of black ones and a bunch of white ones. But you start looking a little bit more and you see that there's little patterns, a group of 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Whereas all the white notes, they kind of look the same. So you see that pattern goes up and down the piano, up until the very bottom. We have this one little guy. He's all by himself. He's actually a group of 3 that lost his friends. So this note is the same as that note, okay? Just higher version of it. No, this was the lower version of this one. And the reason why they did that is because they wanted to start the piano on the first letter of the alphabet, A. So this note is A, this white note is B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then after that, we go back to the letter A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to the rest of the piano, all right? Now, if you notice, all of the A's, they sound the same. A is always going to be the white note right below the higher of the group of 3 black notes. So it's right below this third one, okay? This is A. And for future reference, I'm always going to use the terms below or above because this is down, this is low, and this is towards the high side. So going towards the right is high, towards the left is low. Okay, so A is always right below this third note in the group of 3. B is always going to be the note right above that third note in the group of 3. C is always going to be the white note right below a group of 2 black notes. Okay, and C is very important. We'll get to C in a little bit. D is the white note right between the 2 black notes in a group of 2. E is always right above the 2 black notes in a group of 2. F is always right below the 3 black notes in a group of 3. And then G is always between the first and the second of a group of 3 black notes. I hope that helps. We've named all of our white notes. Oh, but we left out almost half of the keyboard. We have to talk about those black notes. That's a little bit more complicated, so before we get to that, I'm going to need to tell you something. We have some symbols in music that look like this. This one is called a sharp. You probably have seen that before, but it's like called a hashtag or a pound sign or tic-tac-toe. But in music, where we first come up with it, it's actually called a sharp, and it raises a note by a half step. Now, if you need to refer back to my video about half steps and whole steps, you can do that, but just remember a half step is going to the very next note, whether it's white or black, okay? So sharp raises a note by a half step. The opposite of up is down, and so this guy right here, called a flat, looks kind of like a squished bee, and he lowers a note by a half step. A natural simply cancels out a sharp or a flat. So when we get to the piano, let's play this note here. This is a G. Now, if I have G sharp, I'm not going to play this G here. I'm going to play the half step above G, which is this black note here. So this black note is called G sharp. If I wanted to play G flat, I wouldn't play this one. I would play the one right down from the G, G flat, okay? Now this note I could just call G sharp, but it's also known as A flat. Think of sharp and flat as directions, up and down. So this is up from G, but down from A. So this is G sharp, also known as A flat. Likewise, this one is A sharp, but also called B flat. This black note here is C sharp, also known as D flat. This black note here is D sharp, also known as E flat. I hope that helps. We've named all of our black notes. Oh, this one is F sharp, also known as G flat. Now let me blow your mind, because this note right here is called E, but it's also called F flat. Remember, in our half steps and whole steps conversation, we talked about how going down a half step is just going down to the very next note, whether it's white or black. So if I have F flat, I have to go down a half step, which is this E right here. Likewise, E sharp would be F. B can sometimes be referred to as C flat, and C can sometimes be called B sharp. Kind of weird, right? Now, we also have things called double sharps. So if I have F double sharp, I'm going to go up twice. Dup, dup, and that would be G. Crazy, right? We can have double flats as well. So I have E double flat, E, dup, dup, would be D. D is E double flat. And that's a little crazy. But just so you know that they're actually out there. So we have sharp, which raises a note by a half step, flat, which lowers a note by a half step, and natural, which cancels out a sharp or a flat. And let's talk about that natural guy, because you can get a little confused, like, well, why would you put a sharp and then cancel it out? Well, let me tell you, we have things called key signatures. We'll talk more about those later, but you can have a key signature with, say, some sharps in it. Now, if I'm going along and say I have all my F's are sharp, but in this case, I don't want to play F sharp, I want to play F natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a natural sign in front of it. And that means instead of playing F sharp, I'm going to play F natural. Instead of playing F sharp, I'll play F natural in that one case. Okay, this is called a key signature. We've talked about that in music class. It just tells you where do is, what key you're in. We can have flat key signatures or sharp key signatures. You can have as many as up to 7, but we don't go much past 6. All right, so if you see a sharp or a flat in your music, notice I put the natural in front of the note. We put a dollar sign, say if you have $5, okay? We say $5, but we put the sign in front of it. So that's what we do in music class. So we say this is F sharp, but we write the sharp before the F. And notice how the sharp symbol, like the middle of the sharp symbol, there's no line through it. It tells me this is a space note. If I had a note that was like on a line with a sharp, then the middle part of the sharp symbol would be on the line as well. Now, if I have a flat, it's going to be, if it's a line note, it's going to be on the line. If I have A, which is a space note, I would have the B flat, the middle part of the flat. That was horrible. The middle part of the flat would be on the space. So you know whether or not it's a space note by looking at the middle part. It's a space, and that's a line. And that's a line, and that's a space. So this would be A flat right here, and that would be B flat. And this would be F sharp, and that'd be G sharp. And so, all right. Hope that helps. Sharps, flats, and naturals, and all of your notes on the piano. And I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day.